They left their house quietly. No shouting, no panic, no goodbye. The front door was locked behind them. The house was clean and untouched. Their money was still there. Their phones were still there. Even their dog was found alive. But the family was gone. Not missing by choice. Not hiding from anyone. Completely vanished, and no one knows why. In October of 2009, the Jamison family lived in Eufaula, Oklahoma, a quiet rural town surrounded by dense forests, winding dirt roads, and isolated mountain terrain. Bobby Jamison was 44 years old, his wife Sherilyn was 40, and their daughter Madison was just 6 years old. Still at an age where the world should have felt safe. To neighbors and outsiders, the Jamisons appeared to be an ordinary family trying to escape financial stress and find peace away from crowded cities. They talked openly about starting a new life, owning land, and living independently in nature. But beneath that hopeful vision, serious problems were quietly growing. Friends and relatives later described the family as increasingly fearful and emotionally unstable in the months leading up to their disappearance. Sherilyn repeatedly claimed that their home was haunted and that dark spirits were watching them from inside the walls. Bobby became obsessed with protection, reportedly asking neighbors for special ammunition he believed would keep his family safe. Their conversations were filled with paranoia, distrust, and fear of unseen threats. Despite these warning signs, no one believed the situation would end in disaster. On the morning of October 8, 2009, the Jamison family made a decision that would permanently alter their lives and leave behind an unsolved mystery. Security cameras outside their home recorded the final moments before they vanished, capturing images that investigators would later describe as deeply unsettling. The footage shows the family walking slowly back and forth between the house and their pickup truck, carrying belongings in complete silence. They do not speak to one another, do not appear rushed, and never once look directly at each other. Their movements seem mechanical, emotionless, and strangely detached, as if they were following instructions only they could hear. There is no visible argument, no panic, and no sign that they believed they were in danger. After loading the truck, they calmly get inside and drive away from the property. That quiet departure marked the last confirmed sighting of the Jamison family alive. Hours passed, then days, with no phone calls, no messages, and no contact with anyone they knew. When concern turned into fear, family members reported them missing. 8 days later, hunters exploring a remote area of Latimer County made a disturbing discovery deep within the Sans Bois Mountains. Parked along a rough dirt road sat the Jamison family's pickup truck, far from any homes, businesses, or main highways. The vehicle was locked, undamaged, and showed no signs of forced entry or mechanical failure. Inside the truck, investigators found wallets, identification cards, cell phones, maps, and a GPS device that had not been destroyed. They also discovered approximately $32,000 in cash, neatly stored inside the vehicle. This detail immediately raised alarm, as the family had left behind a sum large enough to start a new life. But the most heartbreaking discovery came from the back seat. The family's dog was found alive, but severely malnourished, having survived days without food or water. The animal's presence suggested the family had not intended to abandon the vehicle for long. Yet there was no trace of Bobby, Sherilyn, or young Madison anywhere nearby. Law enforcement launched an extensive search operation across the surrounding wilderness. Helicopters scanned the forests from above, while ground teams navigated steep slopes and thick undergrowth on foot. Tracking dogs attempted to follow scent trails, but the paths abruptly disappeared without explanation. No footprints, clothing, backpacks, or personal items were ever recovered. The terrain was dangerous, unforgiving, and unfamiliar, especially for a child. As days turned into weeks, hope slowly faded among investigators and family members alike. The case gained attention across the country, drawing public fascination and fear. Online communities and media outlets began speculating about what might have happened in those mountains. Theories ranged from murder and organized crime to psychological breakdowns and supernatural involvement. Despite endless speculation, no solid evidence supported any single explanation. One critical detail continued to stand out as investigators reviewed the case again and again. On the day they disappeared, the Jamison family was reportedly planning to view a 40-acre piece of land in the mountains. Their goal was to purchase the property and live off the grid, far away from what they believed were dangerous influences. This plan explained why they were carrying such a large amount of cash instead of using banks. However, no confirmed meeting with a landowner was ever documented. No witnesses reported seeing the family at a property showing. No contracts, phone records, or transaction details were ever found. With each unanswered question, The mystery surrounding their disappearance grew deeper. Nearly 4 years passed, with no breakthroughs, no arrests, and no clear direction. Many believed the Jamison family would never be found. In November of 2013, hunters once again changed the course of the investigation. While exploring a remote area of the Sans Bois Mountains, they discovered human skeletal remains scattered across the ground. The location was only about 3 miles from where the Jamison family's truck had been found years earlier. Investigators quickly confirmed that there were 3 separate sets of remains: 1 adult male, 1 adult female, and 1 child. DNA testing later confirmed the remains belonged to Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madison Jamison. The discovery shocked the public and reopened national attention on the case. But the condition of the remains created more questions than answers. Severe decomposition made it impossible to determine an exact cause of death. No bullet wounds, stab marks, or clear signs of trauma were found. The Oklahoma medical examiner officially ruled the cause of death as undetermined. Law enforcement did not classify the case as a homicide. It was also not ruled a suicide or an accident. To this day, there is no official explanation for how or why the Jamison family died. Why they left their vehicle remains unknown. Why they walked into dangerous wilderness with a 6-year-old child is unexplained. Why they brought cash but no survival equipment remains a mystery. And why their dog was left behind may never be answered. The Jamison family left no note and asked no one for help. They left behind only silence and unanswered questions. 3 people entered the wilderness together on that day. None of them ever returned alive. This was not a movie or a fictional horror story. This was real life, and the truth may never be known.